السلام عليكم، اهلا وسهلا بالجميع. رجعت لكم فيديو جديد مع اساسنز كريد فالهالا. الفيديو الماضي خلصنا مهمة شرق انجليا كلها وعملنا التحالف. هذا الفيديو ان شاء الله رح نروح عند راندفي ونختار مكان جديد لنعمل معه تحالف. بس قبل ما نروح رح نروح على هذا المكان ونشوف شو في كنوز او في درع او في شي. بظن هذا مكان بخص الاساسنز. على كل، اذا عجبكم المقطع لا تنسوا اللايك، شي بحفزني. اكتبوا لي رايكم بطريقات، اشتركوا بالقناة وخلونا نبلش. طب انا جهزت الامور. اوكي، هذا مقر بظن. او في ناس. طيب انا جهزت الامور وقربت لهون. زي شو رأيك؟ منيح. ما في والله. كنت اقول ما في كتير ناس، عم طلع لا في ناس. فرح نبلش فيهم من هون. اوكي، هلا عنا هدول. هذا مدري شو، هاد ذئب محبوس او شي. وعنا كنز تحت، هي كأنها سفينة. طيب نبلش بالسهم. تمام، هي عصرنا 4 على السريع. في شي. اوكي هون. هذا مدري شو، في ناس تحت يعني. ما بعرف، انت شفتني. بس على كل شكله في ناس تحت. فاحنا رح نحاول نلملم كل شي بطريقنا حتى ما نرجع لهذا المكان. طيب عرفنا مدخل السهم او الكهف. لا 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 لا. لك يا. اوكي تمام. لا انا مالي اكل همه صراحة. بس ما بعرف ليش حابب هيك اعمل اساسنز فيها يعني. طيب شو عنا هلا هون نحن؟ موت انت على مهلك. خلينا ناخد هدول. وبظن لازم ننزل لتحت. هذا مات. طيب هلا في كذا مدخل. ما بعرف هذا شو، ذئب يعني. اوكي ما رح نطلعه، ما يوجعلنا راسنا. خلينا نفوت من هون نشوف شو الترتيب. هذا شو هذا؟ ليش هيك غريب موديله؟ المكان مدري كيف كئيب. ولا انه كهف اجباري يعني، بس كئيب زيادة مدري كيف. سمع. سمع. شفتولي هذا مدري كيف شكله. هو معه مفتاح او ناحة يعني. معه سبيكة والله. هاي المفاتيح. هاي شوية فضة. تمام. هلا لحنا لجوا. هاي نكسر هاي وناخدها. اوكي يلا. اعمل لك حركة بس بعيد عن هون، شو رأيك؟ إذا عنا تفجير جوا منيح، معنا هدول معباين. ما في شي. طيب خلينا وينها هاي. في عندك هاي إذا كبست اللي على اليسار الإيد المحترقة اللي على اليسار، ما بعرف إذا عم تشوفوها، هاي بتحط على راس السهم مثل قنبلة. بركي إن شاء الله تطفي النار اليوم. خلينا ناخد لون أول شي، قناع أبيض، صاغ خشبي. شو هذا القصص كلها؟ لوح والترس. خلينا أول شي نقرر إن شاء الله نفهم الوضع. بدنا شعلة لأنه بلشت تصير عتمة وأنا ما في شي. تمام، خلينا نطلع لفوق. هلا احنا فتنا بالمكان، طلعنا بمكان، هذا شي منيح، مثل مشطنا السيران كامل. طيب خلينا طالما خلصنا هذا المكان ننتقل دغري لعند راندفي. وين ليك؟ انتقال سريع. تمام، هي وصلنا عند راندفي. خلينا نطير فورا. بس قبل ما نطير ليش ما او مو هيك بالغراب نشوف شو ناقص لسه للعمار ونعمره. هاي تبع السمك، وهي شو محل رسم الوشوم، قصات الشعر. والله خلينا نساوي هاد نعمره عشان بركي كمان منبدل الشكل تبعنا فرد مرة. ما معي كتير انا هي اول وحدة، يمكن مواد خام. صرنا منطقة حلو، بلشنا نطور اكتر واكتر. خلينا نفوت لعنده نعمل نظرة. كأنه ما في حدا المحل. سحرتني تمضي ليلة من دون أن أفكر فيها دون غرام. رسالة غرامية. هلا ما بعرف وينه، كنا بدنا نغير القصة بس بعدين، شكله بعدين. خلينا هلا فورا لعند راندفي.
The Wolfka, so glad to see you.
A moment.
هاي ليكا بدنا نحكي معه.
Eivor, Thanktir.
I heard shouting. Is something wrong?
Holger robbed me, and I demand he be punished. Ha! Rot disappointed word. Does the deer rub the stream when she takes a drink? Does a cow rub a field when he crops on sweet grass?
Eivor, this matter requires sensitive judgment. Will you?
Of course. From the beginning, please.
بدنا نحكم
Well
عليها.
now, there is no excuse too small, I see. Nothing to keep you from coveting that seat, is there?
In Sigurd's absence, who has better claim to oversee these disputes?
You might leave them to work it out for themselves, but that would mean letting go, would it not?
مجنون الزلمة، بضل بيتدخل.
Please start again. Tell me all that has happened.
هات لنشوف.
I will start. I have been falsely accused by this Saxon Philistine. A Philly what? Are you mocking me?
Silence, please. I will hear both of your complaints and render a decision, awarding compensation if needed. Understood?
خلينا نسمع للروان.
Rowan, tell me your version of these events.
As you are aware, Holger and I are neighbors. Near enough that I often catch him at my stables, stealing my tools. Borrowing.
Holger, let him speak.
Stealing, borrowing. My point being, I have always allowed him to use whatever he pleased. I greatly admire your Norse generosity and had hoped to match it. But this morning, Holger stretched the limits of my grace. Entering my stables for their feed, I found my most beautiful, gentle mare stripped of her tail. Bereft, not a strand in sight. I am ashamed to say my natural suspicion drew me to Holger, and how right I was. For when I peered across the lane, there he was, gripping a horsetail brush slathered with indigo, dragging it across a sheet of
painting, Rowan. I was painting. You make it sound so crude.
You see? Such willful arrogance. It will take ages for Ilgafur's tail to reach its former length. I demand compensation.
I understand. Thank you, Rowan.
طيب لنسمع الثاني.
Holger, let me hear your side.
Eivor, you have known me as a skald for years. You have seen how my poems bring life and joy and wisdom to our people. And you know that my work requires a certain, let us say, freedom to make use of rare resources to compose my verses. Often when lacking the proper tools, I have made use of novel items. Alvis's walking stick, Tovy's inks, all were given gladly.
You cut off my horse's tail to make a brush, you bleed.
Rowan?
As I was saying, this morning in the throes of poetic reverie, I realized that my latest piece required delicate brushwork. I could have used a frayed stick, some cloth, my hands, but no. I needed something gentler, softer. To make a perfect brush, I needed the fine hairs of a well-raised horse. And so I availed myself of a local resource.
You clipped Alfgafur's tail to the rump without asking.
It was early. I did not wish to wake you.
Thank you, Holger. I believe I understand your position. I believe I have heard enough. If you will...
My horse looks like a fool, Eivor. No handsomer than a donkey now. You must do something.
Do not conflate hair with beauty, Rowan. She remains radiant. Elgifer's hair will grow back in no time.
Quiet, both of you. Now listen.
سماع التصريحات مجددا. لا ما بدنا. أنا برأيي روان على حق اللي هو على اليمين إنه هذا ما استأذنه بعيدا عن إنه شو الغاية تبعه بس ما استأذنه.
Holger, Rowan is clearly in the right. You sheared the tail from his horse without gaining permission.
I borrowed the tail. Borrowed. Does
شلون
the
استعرت؟
reality
شلون
of
تجذبها؟
regrowth not make this a victimless crime?
It is a two-victim crime, Holger. Though they are unharmed, you took without asking, and that will not do. As the horse's value has diminished significantly, you will pay Rowan its market price.
But the horse was not for sale. Rowan, admit it.
My decision is final, Holger. Pay what you owe, and meet tomorrow as friends.
And if I do, may I keep the horse?
Pay the man and be done with it. Rowan, does this satisfy you?
It does. Thank you, Eivor.
Good. Then by Tyr's blessing, let this matter rest. We're done here. Return to your homes in peace.
يلا يلا. هذا قليل ذوق اللي على اليمين ما استأذن.
Would you allow
ما
me
بيصير.
to pay you with a vibrant painting? After all, in some way, she helped in its creation.
Absolutely not. Silver is the only color I've...
ليك شو بده اللي يضحك عليه أعطيه لوحة.
Word of our growing settlement has reached outside ears, so have a look around. You may see a few new faces. That
والله
Holger
نشوف كتير ناس
is
جديدة.
quite a character.
I almost envy him. To see the world through such a muddy glass and live with such petty concerns. He hasn't a care in the world.
Let's not walk too far with that idea. I need you right where you are.
East Anglia is with us. Their King Oswald has pledged his loyalty to us.
Eivor Kingmaker, we shall call you soon.
تمام وهي خلصنا أنجليا.
One more thing. I do not know if you heard, but Sven passed away a short time ago. The poor man slipped away in his bed.
I had not heard, no. And how is Tovi? She must be gutted.
It has been rough on her. She spends quite a lot of time at his burial mound. Speak with her, if you have the time.
ما بعرف مين اللي مات بس خليني نشوف. في عنا كذا مهمة: حمل الشهرمات السفين، ترجنتوف هائمة، وبحث عن الإرشاد. طيب بعدين هلا بنعملها. خلينا نركز على المهمة الأساسية اللي هي نوسع المستوطنات ونرجع لهي القصص
I
الجانبية.
want to see the Alliance map.
تمام، هلا نحن خلصنا كل هدول. في هاي وفي هاي، صار في هاي. حلو، كل ما عم تكبر. والله خلينا هاي منيحة. طيب ناخد
What
هاي.
of Oxenfordshire? Sigurd told me he had business there.
Ah, yes. Sigurd is there now, in fact. He bids you go meet him as soon as you can. He has partnered with a rebellious thane called Giedrich, and hopes to install Giedrich as Elderman in exchange for an oath. There is an alehouse at the center of Buckingham. Sigurd will meet you there.
حلو، هاي اوكسنفوردشاير.
I
خلينا
should warn
نسميها
my brother.
اوكسنفورد.
Where is Buckingham?
Along the great Ouse River that divides Oxenfordshire. Sigurd will be pleased to see you.
لازم نروح لهنيك، بس خليني اشوف وين هي على الخريطة. اوكي، هذا مكان مالي عامل له فاست ترافل ابدا ولا مقرب عليه. هي اوكسنفورد شاير. تمام، اقرب مكان لإلها هي هون، رح نعمل فاست ترافل. حلو، هي وصلنا. خلينا نروح لهون، نفعل هاي الفاست ترافل ونروح على مهمتنا. هون ناخد هاي الحصص ممتلئة بسرعة. ما بدنا السفينة الكبيرة، ما في داعي. خليكن هون انتو، خليني انا على السريع انتقل للجهة الثانية بسرعة. طيب انا رح روح لهنيك واقطع لكم هذا القسم الممل اللي هو بس مشي بين ما اركب الحصان نقضيها من دور حوالين بعض. تمام، وهي وصلنا لهذا المكان. خليني انزل، ما بعرف اذا في حدا هون. ان شاء الله ما يكون في حدا. في كنز تحت، هلا بنشوف كيف بدنا ننزل له. اول حركة هاي هون فوق. اوكي، خليني اطلع، نفعل فاست ترافل تبع هون وننزل.
What do you see, Sunan?
تمام، في عنا هون كنز المفروض، ما بعرف وين. إذا عملنا هيك هو تحت. ليكو البير. تمام، من قلب البير. انزل انزل انزل، ما في داعي. حلو، في شي هون؟ ما في شي. روحي، خلينا نطلع. تمام، خلصنا من هذا المكان. نروح فورا للمهمة. رح اقطع هاي المنطقة طبعا. تمام، وهي وصلنا. وين نلاقي لهذا
Spread your
قرايبنا؟
wings, Sunan.
هون. هاي القرنة. يشوف كيف وصل له. بظن بهاي المكعبات. هاي هي الحانة. ما بيصير يشوفوني هدول. يا حبيبي المكان سيء. خلينا نمشي طريقة ما حدا يكشفنا فيها. لأنه شكلي هون.
An alehouse. This must be it.
جوا الشباب، بس كلها هون ناس نتقاتل معهم. منيح وصلنا.
Sigurd is not here. I'll ask around.
بدنا نسأل هاي المرة شكلنا.
These soldiers always leave a bleeding mess.
Are you the alewife here?
You are not welcome here. I've had enough trouble with Danes today.
I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm looking for my brother, a large Norseman.
It was him what caused the ruckus. Him and that other one were here, talking to Thane Giedrich. Then Lady Edwin's soldiers swept in. A fight broke out. Your brother and the tanned fella got away. The soldiers nabbed Giedrich, though. I was sorry to see that. He's well liked in these parts.
Which way did my brother go?
What's it worth to you to find out?
I'm asking a simple question.
Look, Dane, you start a scene or a scuffle, and I'll scream for soldiers.
خلينا
You seem to
نسايرة.
respect this man, Giedrich. If he was talking to my brother, it's because he wants what's best for this Shire. Maybe you're a woman who also wants Oxeniford Shire to be free and to decide its own fate. A woman who'll stand up for her village, who won't be crushed under the boot of oppression.
I hope I am.
Such a woman would help me find Giedrich's friends.
You're right, you are. Your brother and his friend jumped through that window there and scampered off towards the river. It's a good bet they hid in one of them fish houses.
هي أخذنا اللي بدنا إياه بالسايرة. من نفس الشباك
Sigurd
طلعنا.
and Basim headed south. They wouldn't go far. I'll check along the river.
لايقة.
Soon.
منيح هذا الغراب. طولك دغري وينه؟ هلا في جنود هون. بدنا نخلص منهم.
There is nothing holy to these heathens, save blood and plunder, perhaps.
طيب
Savages.
كلها مشاكل هالقرنة.
Smells like a fish house.
هاي لقينا على الأغلب.
Wait! Stop!
أهلا وسهلا ايفور.
We could have cut you to bloody giblets, Wolf-Kissed.
Why so unnerved, brother? It's not like you.
Half the soldiers of the Shire are hunting us. You must have noticed.
Is that why you haven't come home? You're playing hide and fetch with the Mercian soldiers.
Your brother's a busy man, Eivor. Weighed down by pressing duties.
سنريتكم شبابين وكان أتحدث إليك لما انتهينا من الأساس. والله ما بعرف يعني رده مو كتير حلو.
I
راح
wasn't
نبان.
speaking to you, Basim. I'll hear Sigurd's answers from Sigurd. Brother, we should be forging alliances. Send this man back to his warren before he leads you astray.
Eivor, gods above, I'm grateful you've joined us. We have made strides towards an alliance, in fact. A local thane called Giedrich has pledged an oath to me.
I've heard of him. The alewife also mentioned a Lady Edwin who commands the soldiers. Why not ally with her?
Lady Edwin's husband was the Shire's alderman, until Gudrun's army ended his life. Now she's taken up her husband's fight, with the promise of aid from King Alfred of Wessex.
Edwin vows revenge on the Danes who stole her husband and her livelihood.
From what we know, Alfred is a fearsome king. If Edwin can win his full support, this Shire is lost to Wessex.
So to fight her, you've pledged your sword to a minor thane who likely commands a gang of farmers and fishermen.
Have faith, Eivor. A few hundred Saxons armed with hayforks and billhooks can be terrifying.
Gods.
All men and women, noble or peasant, have within them the seeds of something greater.
This is true. Sometimes greater than the average mind can fathom.
Well, Edwin has Giedrich in shackles now. All your plotting has turned to ash.
Not if we act soon. She dragged her prisoners to the Longhouse. With you here, we can mount a surprise strike.
If Giedrich is our best chance for an alliance, let's see it done.
حجر بلادين ليش لم تلفظ هاي.
Sigurd, has Basim talked you into something of little reward?
Eivor, have you lost hope in my warcraft? I heed Basim's wisdom, but he follows my lead. Always.
اوكي نروح لهني.
Basim is secretive by nature, but he is wise and forthright. and he has opened my eyes to a magnificent truth. He has promised me a reward so unusual, so incredible. It will shatter your mind.
هذا ماشي لحاله باسم على مهله على كيفه.
As the iron heft of a war axe. Do not let Basim and his prophecies of good fortune sway you from our simple goal.
Never. Our goal is fixed.
أنا ليش هيك تسكرت كل
And
الأرانب؟
all of England. But Basim has a deep insight. He's read wisdom in the lines of my face and heard the litany of my forefathers, and well, there will be time enough for my saga later.
مشكلة هيك انحصرنا. شو أمان؟ خلاص بنروح. هاي هاي بدي اختفي هون اجباري. شو الوضع؟ باسم واقف لحاله كأنه. اوكي ما لحقوا. بيهمني وصل للمكان اللي بدي اياه بدون مشاكل. خليني اتخبى هون. ما بظن في حدا لاحقنا. تمام اي وصلنا. بدنا نفوت لجوا. بظن من هون بيمشي الحال. لا مسكر. انا اضطر. طيب خلينا نفوت من هون بركي بيمشي الحال. بعد بسرعة. شو رأيك نطلع لفوق؟ هلا قالوا من الجانب الآخر فما بنعرف. بظن هون مفتوح الباب. تمام ممتاز. تعال يلا. بدنا نقاتل هلا ولا كيف؟ يعني ما بعرف انا ماشي طريقة التخفي.
Stay your blades. This traitor Giedrich will face trial, as will all the treasonous thanes of this shire.
You're the traitor, Edwin, calling on Alfred of Wessex begging for his army.
Clap your mead hole, Giedrich, lapdog of the Danes.
You'll sell us out to Wessex, and that poxy-ass bastard Alfred. We won't have it.
بأي حق تأمرين لسيدك سلطان؟
Lady, there's no need for slaughter. We all want peace for Xenophoshire. Can we find some agreement?
You heathenish fork-tongued Dane. Foul-smelling heap, I shit on you all.
Lady, choose your next words with care, for you see before you the future master of all England, Sigurd of the hungry Raven clan. Lay down your arms, free my friend here, and kiss my lordly feet. You will not get a second chance.
ليك على هالخيار.
Cracked. And you can kiss my rosy red ass, wayface.
ليك شو عم يحاكيها؟
I've done with this offal. I leave them to you. Flay them alive and tan their flesh for saddles.
ما بيعرف يحكي ابدا ولا بيعرف يسايس.
Giedrich, what have they done to you?
What kind of mess did you get yourself into?
ليك هذا على هال. خذ هاي. هذا رايته كبيرة كتير هذا. خذ هاي. خالص. خلينا على السريع ننهب. راح النهب.
I was desperate to fight. You should have freed me.
Giedrich, this is Eivor, my stone-armed sibling.
Well met.
That was your plan, Sigurd. To charm the lady with your vague hope of kingship.
Prophecy, Eivor, not hope.
No time to squabble. Edwin's taken most of the Shire's thanes. She has her way. They'll be dead by supper.
Tend your wounds, Giedrich. We'll free your friends.
And what of the holy woman, Fulke? You promised us a meeting with her.
I did, aye. But it's a fair mystery why you'd want to talk with...
Where is she?
Thane Holt will know. Fulke lives on his lands, but he'll be dead with the rest if you don't stop the trial.
Tell us where and we'll go now. Their lives depend on the speed of your tongue.
Southwest of here, halfway to Oxenaforda, at the Lichvila garrison.
Bathim, Eivor, to horse.
تمام. على السريع بس نشوف شو في شي يتاخد. ما لحنا ناخد هدول. سلام ورقة الجهود. اوكي في شي تاني. في شي هني بس مو وقته شكله صراحة. خلينا نروح على المكان اللي بدنا نروح عليه. بس طبعا مو بهذا الفيديو. رح نكتفي بهذا القدر لهذا الفيديو. اذا عجبك لا تنسى زر اللايك، شي بيحفزني. اكتبوا لي رايكم بالتعليقات واشتركوا بالقناة. الفيديو الجاي ان شاء الله بنعمل هاي المهمة. شكرا كتير على المتابعة. سلام.